Steve is home now from his time overseas, where he spent a month on his new boat, seeing it for the very first time. He spent that time inspecting it, tracing all the systems, learning all the systems, and making a list of things to be altered. And it looks like this boat is going to be done in a few short months.
Oh, good Clyde. There. Is that good Clyde?
So cute.
This is a lock here. Hey, Panther, come here, come here, come here. My boat's right over there. See ya. Anyway.
There were these 3 dogs at the shipyard that quickly became his pals.
Here's the other 2. They're on their way.
He would take them on walks every day, several times a day, and of course offer them any type of treat he could.
Come here. Come here.
It's the roof disaster that never ends. And we never have company when we're having dinner tonight, and the roof started leaking through the ceiling here onto the ground there. Well, it was on the table. We had to move the table over, but we're trying to figure out how it's leaking. There's a big ice dam up on the roof, and Steve spent pretty much a lot of time today getting the snow off this part of the roof. It's kind of like crammed up in that valley, but we're just scratching our heads trying to figure out how it's leaking if it has a waterproof membrane all over it.
Underwater camera and the strobe light. CNC.
This is the stuff from all of the old boat, his old sailboat. So he's going to try and pack as much as necessary and have it shipped to the new boat. Operation
Get rid of snow and ice.
Operation Remove Ice Dam.
Okay.
Good luck. Doubles as a water dish for the dogs. Just for reference, I don't know if anyone, whoever saw the video where I made these things, as soon as I put something on this, it was opening up. So even with just this log on, it can, you know, take something on there and it doesn't buckle or it doesn't open up. I do have a plan to put a little lag screw, like a lag bolt, I should say, through this. I tried a nail, but it still opens up a little bit, so you need something with a nut on the end to kind of keep it. But anyway, so I was kind of impressed by that. So I am going to do my best to flatten this out a bit more. I took this inside and I leaned it up against one of the timbers in the house. And one of them, yeah, both of them need work to be a little bit better. You know, like one of them has quite a bit of gapping in the middle, and then the other one would be the opposite. You can kind of see. So I want to just, you know, tidy that up a little bit so that the wall boards are as, you know, straight as possible. That, well, that's not that great there, but it's definitely much better throughout, and I'm gonna call that good enough. Moving on. Bonus. Look at all of the fresh shavings I have for my nest tonight. I'll put this stuff by my head. The gerbil that I am. One of the other things I just thought about as well, why this shelf is actually working much better than it did in the basement in the workshop, is because the concrete, it was like on a concrete floor, which is really slippery. So it just was really easy for the legs to slide in towards one another. But I mean, let me just actually take this off. You know, it actually does hold. Let me take the 2x4 off. Because of the legs being like in the snow, so it depends on the ground. So, you know what? It wasn't as much of a fail as I thought it was. So the second one is obviously the opposite, where sort of the center is the high part. And that end, so... Okay, this one's done now too. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to be happy with that. So I tried to even think how much time this would have saved me if I was on location. Like even just debarking, cutting in half, and then setting up and planing. You know, it's probably a good 2 hours at least, I would say. So, I mean, there is time to transport these out there and then deliver them down, but I might have to do a special delivery day. Spend a day just going out and delivering some materials, the sawhorses and stuff like that, so that the next time I go, I can focus a little bit more on just the work part. That's the plan anyway. So much shavings. Smells so good. So there they are. You know, let's be honest, they're rough cut freehand with a chainsaw, so they're not going to be perfect, even though I planed them, but I hope it'll still work. That's not what I wanted to have happen. Woo! Oh. Wasn't going for that. I didn't know I was Hercules' wife. Well, that mirror came off, which I wanted anyway. Good thing that window didn't break. Steve calls me a junk collector. He might be accurate. Hi. Hi, darling. Oh, dear. You're just so sweet. So handsome. Your mom loves you, Clyde. Your mom loves you. You smell like peanut butter. You got peanut butter on your nose. What a nice bear. What a nice bear. Hi, baby. All right, what am I doing? I bought these lockers, I guess last year, with the intention of, I had a purpose for them. They've been sitting in the carport here for a year and a bit now. And I know what I'm going to use them for. My plan is to try and get this paint off and get it down to as much bare metal as I can. And these lockers are gonna go in the cabin, and it will all make sense one day. One day. Now, I looked at how to do this. Brake fluid. I looked at a bunch of different ways to take paint off of metal, and it looks as though brake fluid works. And my question was, is this going to work outside in it's, I think, 0 degrees Celsius, but does the temperature have an effect on how well this will work or not? I'm going to try it. This thing's a bit of a beast. I'm going to try to see if it will work out here. I'll do this side. If it doesn't, then I'll take it inside into the basement and do it in there. But I'll just test this first. So I'll slap all this on, just kind of leave it in a layer for, I don't know, however many hours. And then check it later or tomorrow. I seriously feel like a gangster in this outfit, in this snowsuit. All right, so my thing isn't doing anything here. I was expecting the paint to bubble a little bit, and nothing has happened. The video I saw on YouTube, how to remove paint off of metal. you know, there's products you can buy, paint removing products, but I saw a guy using brake fluid. Is it kind of working? This seems like, I mean, the priorities are the sides and the front. This seems like a heck of a lot of work. If it was coming off really easily, I would probably keep trying, but I have this sneaking suspicion I would be here for a very long time doing this. Don't mind me. Still here.
I'm an old lady now. I've been here for so long.
My options are to try and grind it all off myself, try a whole bunch of other things, or I can take it in and have it sandblasted, which I'm thinking about doing. Earlier today, I didn't film it, but I took the angle grinder with a big wire wheel and got the paint off this edge because they didn't do that. I kind of thought they would think to do this edge, but they didn't. So anyway, that was fun. And Steve and I just carried it in here. Carried it in and yeah, so I'll just let it melt. See, there was, yeah, that's the only thing. I'm not sure if I wasn't going to sand this down anymore, but the wheel was hitting there a little bit. So it's more polished there, like as I was doing the inside here. Had it over like that a bit. So anyway, these things are dirty as heck from the sandblasting, so I'm gonna spend a fair amount of time cleaning them out, and then I'll get to the finishing of it. Okay. I have cleaned the inside of these lockers from the sandblasting. I kind of just did a once over and got the bulk of the dirt and the sand and grime out of them. They need more, but it's a start anyway. So I don't think I've actually explained what I'm doing with these lockers, with the finishing, and the plan is I'm going to rust them. A friend of mine had done this to a set of lockers, and I thought it looked really cool. So this is totally a bit of a steal of an idea. It's not my idea. As soon as I saw these lockers for sale last year, I knew that's what I wanted to do with them, and I knew I wanted to put them in the cabin. My friend used muriatic acid, and I'm not going to use muriatic acid. I'm going to use a combination of vinegar, peroxide, and salt. Both cause the metal to rust. I don't know if the look will be different, but I just didn't want to purchase muriatic acid or work with it. And I've seen the peroxide, vinegar, salt mixture work just fine. The one thing that I've seen on YouTube is that typically the metal has been sanded down bare, and I don't feel like doing that. That seems like a whole lot of extra work that I'm not interested to do. I asked my friend what she did, and she said she left it just this way after the sandblasting, so it's kind of this textured steel. Other than I have this area here that's smooth from the wire wheel. So I think it should be okay. That's the plan. I'm apprehensive because I'm just not sure how this is going to go, but I may as well just jump in. I've taped off these handles because I don't want everything to be rusty, I don't think. I have vinegar in this Windex bottle. I've seen if you do a layer of vinegar first, let that dry, and then come in with the vinegar peroxide salt mixture, it kind of adds a bit more texture to the rust. So that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to start on the top. This is the top. And I'm gonna start here because no one is ever gonna see the top, and this will kind of give me an idea of what it's gonna look like. So peroxide, it's supposed to be mostly peroxide. Oops. Ooh, look at that. No, I think the only thing is it's gonna probably produce drip marks this way. So I'm gonna have some tea. We'll come back and check this in, I don't know, half an hour. Okay, so about half an hour later. Definitely don't like the streaks, like the runniness of it, but again, this is not really gonna be seen. So as long as I think that stays flat, yeah. So this is several hours later and everything is pretty well dry. And I think like where it pooled is where it got really dark, which I kind of like. I just sprayed the handles a little bit because I wasn't sure if it looked funny having them have no rust on them. Final stages of this locker project. Last night I just took this is my favorite stuff, which is a matte finish, and I sprayed this one side, but it's kind of really hard to see if you're getting it on, and I ended up kind of doing it quite blotchy. There's like patches of this stuff on, and I looked at any other tin of stuff that I could brush on, like a clear coat of something I could brush on, and it's all for wood, and this says it's for metal too. Aside from driving the 35 minutes to go to a hardware store and get a paintable product, I guess I could do that. I'm just not wanting, I'm avoiding that. And I'm super pumped about it. I kind of wish it was a little bit darker, like more brown and less kind of orangey, like deeper rust, but I'm still happy with it. So I guess if you're wondering what it's going to be for, so it's just going to be kind of like a closet, like storage inside the cabin. I might put like firewood in here, and maybe like extra linens or clothes or jackets can go in here, because it's not really going to have any other kind of storage area. So, and this is going to go along the back wall, the south facing, so opposite the door, opposite the sliding glass door. And it's going to act as some of my structural support for the wall, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to put it in there, is to act as you know, something structural for the wall. So I hope that makes sense. Whew. All right, that's it, you guys. I've done one coat of that stuff. I might just quickly put another one on. I've got the door open and the other door to the house closed. But I feel like, yeah, it's kind of keeping that rust on there pretty well. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.